A long time ago, in a quiet green valley surrounded by tall, beautiful mountains, there was a small village full of life and color. The village was peaceful, and everywhere you looked, there were flowers blooming, birds singing, and people living simple, happy lives. Among the villagers, there was a kind farmer who worked hard on his land, and a shopkeeper who sold goods to the people of the village. The two men had a daily routine that connected them. Every morning, the farmer brought 1 kilogram of fresh butter to the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper, in return, paid him a fair price. This routine went on for many days, and both men seemed satisfied with their exchange. For a long time, the shopkeeper never bothered to check the exact weight of the butter. He trusted the farmer and believed that he was giving him a full kilogram each time. But one day, a thought came into his mind. He said to himself, "I've been buying this butter for so long without ever checking its weight. What if the farmer has been cheating me all along?" Curiosity turned into suspicion, and he decided that the next time he received butter, he would check it on his own scale. The next morning, the farmer came as usual with a smile on his face and handed over the butter. The shopkeeper paid him and waited for him to leave. As soon as the farmer was gone, the shopkeeper placed the butter on his scale. To his surprise, the butter weighed less than 1 kilogram. His face turned red with anger. He felt deceived and thought the farmer had been cheating him for a long time. He became so upset that he decided to take the matter to the village council to get justice. The next day, the shopkeeper went before the village chief and the council members. He pointed at the farmer and said loudly, "This man is a cheat. He sells me butter that weighs less than what I pay for. He is dishonest and unfair." The village chief listened patiently and then turned to the farmer. In a calm but serious voice, he asked, "Farmer, is what the shopkeeper says true? Why would you cheat your neighbor? Aren't you ashamed of such behavior?" The farmer looked down for a moment, then lifted his head and spoke humbly. "Sir," he said, "I have not cheated anyone. I am not a dishonest man." The chief frowned slightly and said, "If that's true, then show us your scale and the weight you used to measure the butter." The farmer nodded and said, "I have a scale, but I don't own any standard weights." Everyone in the council room was surprised by the farmer's words. The village chief leaned forward and asked in a curious tone, "If you don't have any standard weights, then how do you measure the butter you sell?" The farmer smiled softly. His calmness and honesty caught everyone's attention. "Sir," he began, "for many years, I have been buying flour from this same shopkeeper. Every morning, I go to his store and ask for 1 kilogram of flour. When I return home, I use that same flour as the weight when I measure the butter for him. Whatever he gives me in flour, I give him the same in butter." The room suddenly grew silent. The people sitting there looked at one another, realizing the deep truth behind the farmer's words. The shopkeeper's face turned pale at first, then red with shame. His eyes dropped to the ground, and he could no longer meet the farmer's gaze. The truth was now clear. It was never the farmer who had been dishonest. The butter had always weighed exactly the same as the flour the shopkeeper had sold. The man who accused another of cheating had, in fact, been cheating himself all along. The village chief nodded slowly, understanding the lesson in this moment. He looked at the shopkeeper and said, "You see, life gives us back exactly what we give to others. If we are honest and fair, honesty and fairness return to us. But when we cheat, lie, or take advantage of others, those same actions come back to hurt us." His voice was calm but full of wisdom. The villagers who were watching also learned something that day. They realized that our actions are like reflections in a mirror. Whatever we send out into the world comes back to us in one way or another. The farmer did not need fancy tools or standard weights to prove his honesty. His simple way of living and his clear conscience were enough. The shopkeeper, on the other hand, learned a powerful lesson about trust and truth. The shopkeeper stood silently, filled with regret. He finally spoke in a low voice. "I'm sorry for accusing you, my friend. I understand now that I was wrong." The farmer smiled kindly and said, "It's all right. What matters is that we learn from our mistakes." The chief ended the meeting by reminding everyone, "Let this be a lesson for us all. In life, we reap exactly what we sow. Always give the world what you wish to receive, goodness, honesty, and kindness. Because in the end, life always returns what you give." I hope this story touched your heart. Life is full of moments that teach, heal, and transform us. And sharing them keeps the light of inspiration alive. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need a little hope today, and subscribe for more heartwarming stories. Until we meet again, keep believing, keep smiling, and take care of your beautiful soul.